Today's Extra.
Welcome back to the Anglers Extra pregame show. I'm Jack Smith with Sheets for the Manager's Show. Sheets, you had another day off yesterday. Before we get into baseball talk, how'd you enjoy your day off in Chatham?
As we always do in the Sheetinger household, we went to the beach, and our kids are water bugs. They love it. They love the sand. They love getting out there and hanging out. It's good for mom and dad. I started reading a book, which I don't know. Somebody's got to teach me how to read, but it was pretty good. It's got some good pictures in it, and so we enjoyed the day off and ready to rock and roll here today.
What kind of book is that?
We went to the public library, and Coop found some Captain Underpants. Anybody back home that's into the trials of Captain Underpants. And then I found one that's on Whitey Bulger, because I figured it's like Boston-based and whatever, and I don't read a whole lot, and I'll give it a shot, and I'm actually a quarter of the way through it, so I'm rolling downhill.
You don't have to lie to the people if you're the one that's reading the Captain Underpants books.
Well, I do. Look, there are times in my life I have portrayed Captain Underpants, but my son loves it, loves all the dog mans. Anybody has kids out there knows where I'm at on this. Dave Pilkey is a comedic genius when it comes to kids' books, and we support everything he's got going. Shout out Dave Pilkey.
Jack Smith here with Sheets on the Manager's Show. Sheets, you guys have lost 2 in a row. First time you've had either a winning streak or a losing streak. How do you get things back on track today?
Well, we didn't want to do that. That's just the way it fell into place. And so for us, it's just getting back to, like we always talk about, getting back to just playing good baseball. We've had so many really good opportunities to push games in different directions. And I think what we've tried to do more than anything is make our guys just self-aware, aware of where the game went awry, where we fell off, what's the moment we missed. And we just talked about it before the game. It's a game of adjustments, man. We hear that 1,000 times this summer, but it is. And you just start to see how you're getting pitched in certain spots, and you make those adjustments, and you sharpen things up on the mound, and you just put yourself in a better position to win. And we're trying to play the long game. So we're in a good place. We're just got to get back to playing baseball.
What's the number one adjustment that the guys have to make?
There's like we talk about a lot, there's moments with runners in scoring position that if you miss them over and over again, that's the tail of the tape. And so you just see them, and you recognize that the pitcher knows that you're a really good hitter, and he knows that you think you're supposed to come through in this moment. And so sometimes they don't give you the pitch that'll help you come through in the moment. So you just learn how to see that pitch, spit on that pitch, get to the next one. We've talked a lot about how some of our hitters are starting to turn the right way because they're recognizing how they're getting pitched. And when you start to see the moments that you chase and you eliminate those, you force the other half to start to come into the plate. And so little things on the mound that we talked about were the free base opportunities. It doesn't look like much on paper, but when you've got a single and you go past ball to second, well, that dude scores on a base hit. If you keep him there, you're a ground ball away from a double play. He can only tag and get the second. He can only move up, again, 90 feet or 180 feet. You just put yourself in a better position if you tighten up some of those bolts, and that's what we're working through.
The Chatham pitching staff leads the league in ERA. What's allowing them to perform so well this year?
I think we've got phenomenal arms and one of the best pitching coaches in the league. I really do. I think when we went to even moments in the Harwich game, and it was from the bullpen, here's 95 to 98, and the next guy comes in, it's 95 to 100. When you can do things like that, it gives you a shot, but it's been more about their mentality of attacking the strike zone. That's what we've been most proud of, is these dudes have bought into that mentality that you can't give the hitters too much credit. You got to believe in yourself and know your stuff's good enough, and like we talked last week, who you are is enough. You're here for a reason. Come in and attack dudes, and when you do, success follows, and then they're doing a great job of that.
You get Griffin Herring back today after he left for the MLB Draft Combine. What are you hoping to see from him in his second start?
Boy, I hope he comes back and starts the way he did the other night. That was a lot of fun to watch. Just become who he is. That's the biggest piece, man. Again, I think when guys think they should do more is where you get into trouble, because you get out of character. When you just show up and you are who you are is enough. And who Griffin is, man, is 3 pitches for strikes, ultra competitive, swing and miss fastball, and really good off-speed stuff. When he lets his defensive play behind him, he's as good as anybody in this league. So we just hope he comes out and he does that.
Hanging out with Sheets here on the Manager's Show. Sheets, your camp started this week for locals in the community. What do you hope that the kids can get out of that experience?
Well, I'll answer that question. I'm hanging out here with Jack Smith. So there's a couple things that I really took away was we needed to be better at connecting with these kids, and we want to build future angler fans. So it's one thing when you recognize our demographic and you recognize our people, and these kids will grow up to one day be volunteers in our organization, host families family opportunities, and then more than that, angler fans. And so we want to make sure we greet them with energy, we love them up, we make them have a good time, we teach them some baseball along the way, but our players, watching them engage with these kids, watching our coaches engage with these guys, hearing the feedback from the families, it's a customer service arm of your organization that only furthers fandom. So we need to make sure we crush that piece of it so that these guys go, I want to come back to camp. That'd be awesome. But I want to go to a game. I want to buy concessions. I want to go see Big Ed in the merchandise booth. I want to be part of Chatham. And you build fandom that lasts years to come. No matter where they go in life, they always make a trip back to the Cape, and they always make it back for an angler game. We are crushing camp right now. ChathamAnglersCamps.com. Come check us out.
Chatham's back at Veterans Field tonight, taking on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks at 4 and 5. First pitch is coming up, and that'll do it for us here on the Manager Show.